Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to introduce Gerardo Dasyel from Mexico. And Gerardo is finishing an internship with the Mission for Mexico in the area of agriculture. Now, it's something we know that Kofi works on intensively in Africa, and it's something I touched upon last night, where 70% of all the water used in the planet goes to agriculture. It's a key area in this issue we're talking about today. He's also managed to get another internship in the Mission of Mexico, but in the environment area. And these two are critically interlinked. And he's certainly going in the right direction to influence what will happen over the next few years, not just from his government's point of view or the Mexican people's point of view, but also from the world's point of view. So I'd like to introduce, talking to the issue from Mexico, Gerardo Dasyel.
Thank you. Good morning to you all. Distinguished councillors, dear delegates. Not so long ago, as you may know, there were, and there still are, some cultures that their lifestyle, religion, and traditions were somehow connected with the environment. And then civilization came and took action, supposedly make our world a better and an easy place to live. But instead, it was greed that took place in it. The example of those cultures are indigenous people, where they have lived in harmony with the environment and respect their natural resources. We as a human race, we are just inventing things to make us live move comfortable. But do we really need them? I ask you, can we just live without them? I think it's going back to basics and to understand the way that indigenous cultures in all over the world interact with the environment and to adapt a way of thinking in a more sustainable way. Nowadays, the dilemma of the environment and its protection can be very well explained with a following analogy proposed by President Calderon, where it says, let's imagine for a second that all nations are flying together in the same plane. But in this plane, our pilot has suffered from a heart attack. And somehow, we need to decide who is going to replace him between the passengers from the plane to avoid disaster and to protect ourselves. But passengers from the first class, business class, and tourist class are more concerned in blaming each other rather than finding a solution. And worst of all, no one is willing to commit any action. With all of this, as a Mexican, it's a great honor that the Conference of the Parties, COP16, will be hosted in my country this year. But it will be a tremendous disappointment if this year we cannot achieve a new agreement between our governments. In this regard, One Young World Family calls upon governments to take action to guarantee that carbon emissions reduction targets will be agreed as soon as possible, and furthermore, to move beyond self-interested concepts to an integrated vision of one system. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please put yourselves in the position of your representatives, of your governments, of your presidents, of your own countries. And let me ask you two questions. With the voice of my generation, first, who is willing to commit actions for the protection of the environment? Second, who is willing to bring climate justice to our planet? Delegates, all of those in favor, please raise your hands if you are willing to protect the environment. All of those against? I see none. Dear friends, tell the world enough is enough. So I invite you to start local and to impact global. Thank you.